Good evening, everyone. Today is August the 7th, 2023, from beautiful Greater Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. My name is Michail Boncea. I am an independent news blogger. I thank you all who already are start following me, especially on YouTube. You can find my full videos, independent videos, on mostly, on YouTube and Rumble. If you like my content, please click subscribe, like button, or even if you really like my content, click the bell button on YouTube. Reason is it is not costing you anything. I'm broadcasting mostly independent news from British Columbia, Canada, with some Canadian and international news. I broadcast news Monday to Friday, not on the weekends as it stands. On the weekends, I might, if I have the time, I might just be doing a live event. I can also be found on Facebook, Instagram, and on Twitter under the same name tag, Michail Boncea, Michail Boncea. If you run a live event, be it a art show, parade, festival, book festival, etc., or if you have a small company of any kind, could be a restaurant, an ethnic store, a bookstore, a music store, or a video game stores, etc., based in British Columbia, Canada, and you want me to mention it, send me the details. If I think it's a great idea to mention it, I will mention it. If you happen to sell a product and you want me to check your product out, contact me, send me the product. As long as it's a legal product, I don't want any antibiotics like steroids thing. If you're building muscles, I do not want any other kind of illegal product like illegal shoes, illegal clothes, anything. Nothing illegal. But if you have your own unique new product, send it to me. I'll look at it. If I like it, I'll try it. If I like it, I'll mention it. It will cost you nothing. A bit about me. Who am I? About a month ago, roughly, I was talking to some of my family members and some of my best friends, and they were like, why did you leave the journalist, especially photography, but slash reporters at the same time? I said, due to personal reasons. You guys know why. They're like, it's been over 6 years. I think it's time for you to go back and report. So I decided to come back as an independent broadcaster. One of my best friends and the person who I worked as part of his international hockey magazine, he's been a great advisor for me, and I say thank you. I'm listening. I'm trying slowly to become myself and be myself. I thank everyone who's already following me on YouTube, especially that's where most people are following me. And for a few years, I was an international sports photographer. I represented a different country where I was born I was not born in Latvia, but I represented a Latvian hockey magazine. Through it, I covered the National Hockey League, WHL. That was for a few years. I represented. I covered the Canadian versus Russia series in hockey, the Vancouver Giants, and Canadian Western Hockey League. On top of that, on the side, I also was the official photographer for a few events for the Canadian Army. What I covered in NHL and what I mentioned, NHL and WHL, they were all official photographer positions, as well as official photographer for the Memorial Cup, Man Cup, Arts Council of British Columbia. The list goes on and on. My favorite position I had, and I certainly, most people don't even think, heard of this team, but I had a blast seeing these young people grow up as young players. It was the Delta Islanders Junior A lacrosse team. I was their official photographer, team photographer, for I think 4 years, at least 3 years. Now, let's start with the news. To begin with, I am fully vaccinated when it comes to COVID, so I have nothing against vaccines. I respect people. I have friends, very close friends of mine. I can say more, but I won't say anything more because I don't want to get anyone in trouble that are not fully vaccinated. But I understand that. My daughter was, missed 2 years of her school almost. She was in school, but she was masked. She was in grade school. Now I hear from the Canadian government through a message sent. I'm assuming a lot of people got this message, not just me, but that Dr. Isak Dogoch, I hope I pronounced the name now right, at the University of Toronto Health Network, Ontario, Canada, that there is a new variant of COVID known as EG5. So far, only 1 out of 7 people in United Kingdom, this is where the new variant has shown up, it has been officially infected by this variant, but they're telling the rest of everyone who's broadcasting, and I'll broadcast, that it's possible that the variant is already in Canada. I just hope that we're not going to get another COVID restriction, lockout, or lockdown, whatever you want to call it, because everybody's just tired of COVID lockdowns. This is a personal note. Many of you know that since I was in high school, I was with environmental groups. And I still am with environmental groups in certain areas. In other certain areas, I am pro-business. Other areas, I'm pro-liberal. Other areas, pro-family. So it depends. As you grow older, like I am, you develop different areas of where you are for different topics. In this case, I agree that we need to protect the environment, but I agree with over 2/3, 66% of our Canadian population that this is the wrong time to increase the carbon taxes. Reason is you we are in trouble. While we need to protect again the environment, we gotta look around us. Our population is getting poorer by the year. Everything is going up. Look at the gas tax. Look at the car tax if you're trying to buy a gas car. Many areas you can't even use anymore gas power tools. You have to use electric power tools to cut the grass or whatever you do in your lawn. Middle class and the working class is getting poorer. All you have to do is go and look at the grocery store, and then you will see how much more expensive is now food compared to last year this time, or compared to 2 years this time. This is especially hitting people that are financially on a fixed income, like retired people or people on disability. We have to protect the environment, but we must also protect our people not to have more homeless people on the street. The rents are incredibly high. There's got to be a balance of some kind. Heads up, during the high fire season, the city I live in, city of Coquitlam, British Columbia, Canada, is adding dozens of correctional, well, that's what they call them, safety officers on the field to prevent potential blazes. You are not allowed anymore to littering cigarettes in the butts or smoking in the parks. So if you are in a park, you get caught smoking or trying to start a bonfire, which is, I don't think anybody does, but who knows? Maybe some people still do. It's illegal. At the same time, you are not allowed to have open air burning, I guess, even your property. That I cannot confirm, but that's what the message is. Please, if you can help, this is a help message. It is an elderly gentleman. The message comes from the Surrey RCMP, Surrey, British Columbia, Royal Columbian Mountain Police. It is seeking help in Surrey, BC, obviously, to find a gentleman by the name of, I hope I don't mispronounce it, I don't think so, but if I do, I apologize. If you know this gentleman, you see this gentleman on the street, contact the police. If this gentleman is alone, talk to the gentleman while you contact the police, hold him there. His family is missing him. He's been missing since 10:47 in the morning on Sunday. His name is Azit Shidhu. He's 74 years old, and he was last seen leaving his home on 58th Avenue, 58A Avenue, and near 129th Street. Sorry, British Columbia. Congratulations to our Coquitlam Junior A Adanacs team. We beat Victoria Shamrocks in Coquitlam at our Pioneer Sports and Leisure complex. Our team will return again to the Minto Cup, which is the national junior lacrosse team, and we won our league, which is known as the British Columbia Junior A Lacrosse League Championship, 14-7 against Victoria Shamrock. It is representing, believe it or not, in the last 13 years, 12 times our Coquitlam team has qualified to the national championship. We're waiting still to see who's going to qualify as well from the other divisions, or not divisions, other areas of Canada. I'll mention it soon. It will take place between August the 21st to August the 28th in Edmonton, Alberta, beside the Coquitlam team, Coquitlam Adanacs, which is the team that represents the city I live in. Also, there is Edmonton Miners or Calgary Mountaineers of the Rocky Mountain Junior A Lacrosse League, fighting to get a spot between them for the final, well, semi-final. And on top of that, trying to see who's going to be from Ontario Junior A Lacrosse League winner, who is going to be between Burlington Blaze and Orangeville Northmen. Some reasons why Richmond, British Columbia is underrated. I chose just some that in each case I've done it, and in some cases I've done it many times. But you could add like 20 or 30 different things to it, and you can still have people say, yo, I forgot about this or that. But this is some of my choices. Food tours. Richmond, by Richmond, British Columbia, I mean, Canada. Richmond has created its dumping trail, a guide of eateries. Some are fried, some are boiled, and some are steamed. For the record, I love many kind of Asian and European dumplings. I've been to Iona Beach many times. Try to go there as the sun goes down and watch the sun go down. It is a spot that is not that popular. Well, I'm not gonna say popular. It's not incredibly busy, and it will be something that you and whoever you're gonna go with, or maybe yourself, it will not be forgotten for a long time, especially have not been. Steveston Village. I used to go there with my parents. I love walking with my mom. My dad, not much of a fishing eating person. Me and my mom love to eat fish. My mom more of a shrimp person. I was always more of a fish person. Later on, for years, I went with my ex partner when we were together, and there is nothing more fresh than to get fish from the boats that are moored. And as you go in there, you don't know what fish boat comes in. They come in, they sell out, they go back to get more fish, they come back in. So it's like one of those what's in it in the area. And if you can't find the fish that you don't like, or the shrimp or octopus, there's you name it, they have it there fresh. They have a fish store right by the entrance or at the gate, maybe 20 meters away from the main gate where you go down the wharf to the fish boats. And that fish area has even more incredible choices, and they're all fresh because all the most of the fish boats that come in, they sell directly part of it to that store, and then the rest they sell to the public, and the chain reaction keeps going so that they attract people to come and see it. What I recommend in the morning, 10 to 11 in the morning, it's the best time to go there. It's a bit more expensive than in the evening if you go by 3 4 p.m. But by 3 4 p.m., most of the boats will be out of there because they're fishing for the next day. You pay a bit more, but you have way better selection that you can choose and say, I want this fish, or I want this kind of shrimp. I want shrimp that is already peeled, or I want shrimp that is not peeled. Selection is huge. You just have to pay about a third more than you pay if you go there close to the end of the day. But by then, selection is not going to be anywhere as good. Especially during salmon season. If you like salmon, I highly recommend you go there. I go there, I get salmon raw and the eggs, the fish eggs in the bags. And I also get salmon. I also like my sardines. But the sardines at Steveston, I don't know because I know I was born in Europe. The sardines in Europe are about this big. I don't know. I'll say 15 centimeters on average. Well, the sardines, some of them, when they bring in from the boat, because they bring it from the ocean, they could be this big, more than 30 centimeters. But then again, you have to go in the morning between 10 and 11 before people come for lunch, like to buy the fish to cook at home for lunch. By then, the best fish is gone, so the fish price goes down. So your choice. It's up to you what you want to do. All right, let's move on. Richmond Night Market. I was there when it was at the old place years ago. And it is an incredible place. I can honestly say that if you haven't been there, you haven't experienced a unique, I will say mostly Asian market, Asian night market. There are other cultures there. The food choices are incredible. You will never eat so many different, or not eat, well, you could, but you become whatever. You get the point. There's over 600 styles of foods that you can eat at the market. It costs to get in. Yes, that's true. But unless you know where to go into the local area to find traditional whatever you want, or you're planning to travel across Asia, this is an easy way to do it, and it is local. take public transit. I recommend take public transit. Parking is incredibly hard to find and also very expensive. Park your car at the SkyTrain station, use the SkyTrain, no headache, come back out. It's like when you go to Pacific National Exhibition, PNE. But up to you. If you want to spend an hour just driving around to find the parking, hey, good for you. Or maybe you have a parking in the area. That's even better. But it's estimated over 600 styles of food they have this year. On top of that, you will find unique products. Yes, the usual copycats. What market doesn't have that, especially when it's a huge market? And you have live music, live entertainment, you name it. It's a once in a life experience if you live especially in Vancouver area and you have not experienced it. Highly recommend. You will not regret it. It happens in the summertime, in the weekends, in evening to nighttime. Now on a sad note, or not really a sad note, but we can call it a sad note. Hundreds of our Canadian scouts are being evacuated from Korea. Reason it is because sorry, give me 2 seconds. Because what happens is there's some kind of a storm coming. The Korean government currently has stationed, posted, whatever I want to call it, over 36,000 scouts from 100. I'm sorry, no, that's from us. Okay, let me read the whole thing. Sorry, it's been a longer than usual thing, and this is pretty much the last one, or the second last one. So let me finish reading this properly. I apologize. Hundreds of Canadian scouts are evacuating from Korea. Korean government is using over 1,000 vehicles. They are being transported. Tuesday morning, over 36,000 scouts, mostly teenagers from around the world. It including, like I said, the Canadian contingents. They are from 158 countries. Currently, they are accommodated in case you're not able to contact your scout and you have a scout from Canada or from another country that is watching. In the city of Seoul, government officials in Korea were finding temporary training centers as well as education facilities and hotels to host the scouts and their volunteers. Part of our Canadian Scouts group that is still currently located in Korea. Korea is saying that 235 of them are Canadian youth scouts mostly, along with 143 volunteers. Saturday, the 19th, the 28th annual Arts Alive Festival is located in downtown Langley, British Columbia, Canada, between 10 a.m. and 5 p.m. Fraser Highway, between 204 Street and 206 Street. See you all tomorrow. Have a wonderful Monday.